There are costs and risks to a program of action, but they are far less than the long-range risks and cost of comfortable inaction. I think that quote is fantastic for kind of what we're going through today. This was JFK in reference to the Cuban Missile Crisis, but we have a crisis going on today, and we could have comfortable inaction and everything kind of continue on, or we could kind of make the tough call, and I think that we're doing that right now, to self-quarantine, to do some different things to prevent this from being worse than what it possibly could. And some things that I don't think everybody's thinking about, and that's some possible impacts kind of to our economy and just things as a whole, and just kind of want to highlight those here. The first is our overall sense of security and consumer confidence. The safer we feel and the more confidence we have in our government, our economy, allows us to go out and buy a new car, to take a vacation, to do those things, to be good consumers and out spending money in our economy. And spending money in our economy keeps kind of the things that we know here in America moving along strong. So one problem with this is I think that we're going to lose a little bit of that. Our sense of security and our safety has kind of been questioned a little bit. And I think we're seeing that in the fact that there's no toilet paper at the store. We don't know what to do, but we want to be secure and want to know that we're prepared. It's part of being an American. Millions of people's livelihood will be impacted. So across the country, there are millions of people right now today that are making less money. Their paycheck won't be the same as it was last week or 2 weeks ago, simply because of the travel bans and sporting events being canceled, and all of those tough decisions that we're making is going to impact people's lives for sure. Now, we can possibly lessen that impact, but it's going to impact people's lives. And when that happens, you have to make some decisions, and people may have problems paying bills. And it's unfortunate, but I believe that it's going to be a problem for a lot of people. If they don't work, and depending on how long this goes, they may have problems paying bills. The next thing here, as we move on, so if I can't pay my bills and I go behind on my mortgage, what happens next with regards to property values? Do property values stay steady? Do they start to go down? Typically, when our economy goes into the tanks, property values follow closely behind that. So something to pay attention to there. And if you're looking for or potential, mortgage refinances or pulling equity out or utilizing that equity in your home, there may be less of that in 6 months as a result of this than there is today. So I don't know, just a possible outcome. A new workplace, right? We get comfortable with where we go to work and how we go to work. I think that with millions of people finding that they can work from home, maybe the landscape changes as to what we call work, where we go day in, day out. Companies will be asked to make different decisions, and I just think it's something to think about. And then business just as a whole. I don't know how many businesses out there are day to day. I know that I've heard some talk of the government doing something for short-term loans for businesses, but each time that a business goes under, it impacts all of those things above. So our economy as a whole is very heavily levered on people going to work, having jobs, making money, going out and spending that money, paying their bills on time, increasing all things. And so I believe that this will kind of just trickle down into all of these things. And I just came up with some quotes that I really like and kind of thought about here. Kites rise highest against the wind, not with it. And that was Winston Churchill. And I believe just as a whole, when we are faced with adversity, we as a human race do a really good job of rising above it and getting better next time. And I hope that this will kind of encourage us all to be in a little bit better spot for the next time that this happens. More than anything else, I believe it is our decisions, not the conditions of our lives, that determine our destiny. And you get to make a decision today as to what you do with your day, with the 1,440 minutes that you're given each day. You get to make a decision. Choose wisely. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, Mike Tyson. I think we're seeing that in our healthcare system. We had a plan. It doesn't work for what we're doing today. Again, though, we will get better. The next time something like this happens, we will be in a better spot. Adversity causes some men to break and others to break records. And I believe we will be significantly stronger as we move through this. Just happy to be an American here. I do not believe there's another country in the world that could take this on the way that we will. We will lead across the board as to how you deal with something like this, and other countries will look to us, as they always do, for different plans. And then please be safe and try and be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And just some things that I think about here is if this is impacting you and just as a whole, we need to set aside money to have a rainy day fund. Everybody should be able to be out of work for 30 days and not have it be something that ruins you financially. You know, if you're looking for cash out or something like that, take advantage of where it's at today. Our goal should all be not to live with as many things as we can, but to maybe live with a little bit less and try and be debt-free. If you have no debts and you have a problem like this, it's much easier to get through. And we just need to help each other out here, come together as a country. I think that this is a fantastic thing, and I truly believe that we got this. We will take on coronavirus and win, because that's what we do as Americans. We just win. That's it. Thank you.